1 was the technical setup, then part 2 is the emotional payoff. It is the Wilson's heart to House's head, if you will. Let's go. Oh good, we haven't had enough of this crap yet, skip it. Even in the face of his impending death, Hutch still tries to act like he's a doctor.
Can I see it, please?
Yep, that is certainly a thing. Good work, fellow doctor. Back on the street, Starsky is remaining calm and objective. Hey, easy with him. He's very skinny.
Let's keep moving. Maybe somebody will break.
Hey, I ain't quitting, bro.
Nobody's quitting.
For the record, that is the last time we see Huggy in this episode, so I guess he did quit. Whatever, I didn't like Hutch much anyway.
Looks like a little boy.
Yeah, a little boy with thinning hair. Has there ever been a more innocent and angelic sight?
Do me a favor, don't ask any questions.
Sure.
You got a lipstick.
I'm gonna have to ask questions. Aw, but he just wrote his name on the window. Now this is a callback to an earlier episode that I have not reviewed yet because I suck, but I will get to it. I will. But, you know, even without the context of it, I think it's still a sweet way for Starsky to show that he's there, and he's not giving up, unlike that traitor Huggy, and that he's fighting for him.
Hey, when you see Hutch, you know what to tell him.
About that $100 he owes me. I need it before he croaks. Starsky tracks down Helen and Richie, and jeez! I'm not entirely sure that was necessary. You can't just go around assaulting everybody because you're upset. I love that the picture of Calendar is clearly just the actor's headshot. Turns out Calendar's already split. Well, that's what you get for grabbing the lady, Starsky. But oh no, Richie got the plague. I am just so sad about this. Again, I have to ask, why didn't Helen get sick? I mean, I know that not every person will catch every contagious disease, but if this thing is so dangerous and so contagious, it seems like a lot more people would be getting sick. And I mean like actual characters on the show, not the faceless dozens that this episode keeps trying to convince me exist.
How's Hutch?
Oh, he died like 3 hours ago. I'm sorry, did we forget to call you?
In other words, he's dying.
Yes.
We have thoroughly established this. Try and keep up.
You can put me in a mask. That's what you do with the nurses who take blood. Come on.
Oh, I better gown up. Excuse me. Okay, I'm ready. Continue. Alright, here's the big reason why this episode falls short for me. This is their only scene together. Well, until the tag, but that doesn't count. I mean, the way that they set up the story, I understand, but still, really? This brief scene is all you give me? Remember the Fix, Shootout, A Coffin for Starsky? You know what those had that this doesn't? Lots and lots of contact between the boys. Don't get me wrong, this is a great scene and it's heart-wrenching to watch as Hutch has to send him away and Starsky's frustration at having to leave. I just wish there had at least been one more. As it is, let's get back to Starsky yelling at people.
Then the whole city will panic. No, we cannot do that until it's a last resort.
Hey, my partner's dying. How much more of a last resort do you need?
Now look, we cannot make that information public now.
I hate you. So in a completely pointless and rather lengthy scene, Starsky goes to visit Roper.
Tell Roper Detective Sergeant Starsky's here to see him.
Or Mr. Furley, either one. He asks for Roper's help in finding Calendar. He doesn't get it. He asks that Mr. Roper doesn't kill him if he finds him first. That gets shot down too. So he has effectively accomplished nothing. Why is this scene here? Is it to show us how desperate Starsky is? Because I think I got it. You know what we could have had instead of this? Another scene between the guys! Also, Mr. Roper keeps referring to himself in the third person like a tool.
You hear that, boys? The cops can't find him, so they come to Roper to stand up and to be shot at, huh?
What now?
We don't find Calendar in 8 hours. Hutch is a dead man.
8 hours? I think it's quite too late if that's the case. I mean, even if they find Calendar, like, immediately, surely it takes some time to come up with a serum. I mean, it's not as simple as just taking Calendar's blood and injecting it straight into Hutch. In fact, that seems like it'd be a very dangerous and stupid thing to do.
They said you're busy. Meanwhile, my Richie's dying.
Lady, nobody cares about that kid. So having utterly and completely failed in his attempts to find Calendar, Starsky resorts to begging, as cops do.
come in. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I think about that scene every time. Luckily, unlike the audience, Calendar does care about Richie, so he'll go in for him, and that whole subplot pays off. I still don't think we needed that much time devoted to it, but whatever. Hey, Hutch, I think Starsky just stole your girl.
You think he'll call?
He'll call.
How can you be so sure?
Don't ever question me. Whee! Roper puts a damper on the plan when he shoots Calendar outside the hospital because we still have to have our contractually obligated gunfight. He'll live, and we got the magical cure-all blood. Yay! Hutch is all better, and Kaufman's no longer interested. I was really into the whole sweaty, pale, and unable to breathe thing, but now I gotta go.
Now that we've got no window separating us, you're afraid to take a chance. Is that it?
You don't believe that, do you?
Well, then stay and prove me wrong.
Hutch, stop begging. I've had enough begging in this episode. The boys waltz off together, Hutch starts talking about living to 148 again, and it's actually pretty cute. Will he make it that long? Well, David Soul's still alive. Watch him die tomorrow because I said that. And that was The Plague. Episodes like this are why fan fiction is needed. I mean, I love the episode, I really do. I watch it quite often. But it could have been more. It could have been so much more than it was. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going off to read some post-Plague fanfic. This has been Fandom on Demand, yada yada yada.